Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven. And you may be wondering why you're looking at my sim rig. Well, hopefully I can explain that now. I've been using something new on my sim rig that I wanted to share with you guys in case there's anyone else out there that would also be interested in having a similar setup. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got something new here. I've got a tablet. Now, this is a tablet which I bought basically as a supplement for my screen on the sim rig, because I find that there's quite a lot of apps or software that I would like to use for either flight sims or for racing games. I will show you in a minute one that I use with Games Stock Car Extreme, but there's also lots of other similar apps which run in Windows as well. What? I don't think I explained that very well. What I mean is there's apps for both flight sims and for racing games, but the thing that makes this very interesting, this is actually a Chinese tablet which runs Windows and Android. So for this kind of application, it makes it incredibly flexible, because it means that if there's software that only works in Android or only works in Windows for your flight sim or your racing game, you can use either on here. The only downside, I would say, is that because it has the Android and also the Windows OS on here, it means that there's not a lot of extra storage that is left over. But if you are using this mainly for the purpose of you know, the same as what I am, it's only as like a supplement for your sim games, then you don't really need a lot of storage anyway. So I haven't really found that a major issue at all. Okay, so as you can see right now, it's in Windows. Now, the app that I would like to show you is in Android. So I just wanted to very quickly show you that it's very easy. All I have to do here, I just have to click on this green and blue icon here, like, not like that, like that, and you see it will sign me out of Windows and then it will sign me into Android. Okay, so while that is happening, I thought I'd also show you that I've managed to find a pretty decent holder. It's a tablet holder. I'll put a link in the description for that as well. I found this really good. It's got a really strong arm. I've connected it onto the sim rig, and I haven't had any issues at all with the tablet moving around or anything. I mean, obviously it will bounce around a little bit, especially when you're doing a racing game, but it will stay in the right place. It obviously hasn't fallen over or anything like that. So yeah, I think that has also worked really well, and it means that you can obviously use this arm to position the tablet wherever you would like it. So that is pretty cool. I'll obviously also put a link in the description for the tablet itself. It's a Chinese tablet. It costs just under 200 US. Yeah, and I obviously did a lot of research to find a tablet that is good. I mean, when you are buying these kind of tablets, you need to do a lot of research and find one that is supposed to be good. And yeah, so this one has got really good specifications. It's got a Retina display and everything, so it works really well. Okay, so let me just show you. So as you can see, it's running Android now, and it runs really fine, really great. Like, it's exactly the same as any other Android device. Okay, so the app I was going to show you on here is the Dash Meter Pro app, which I use with Games Stock Car Extreme. So obviously this is very hard for me to show you driving and holding the camera, but I just wanted to show you one example. So this is an app that I use. It shows important information above here when I am driving in this game, and I can obviously use my finger look to swipe to more information like this, you know. So I find this really good, and this is just one example. The only issues I've found, I mean, obviously I'm sure that a lot of people will be slightly worried about buying a Chinese tablet, and it hasn't been 100% perfect, but I haven't had any major issues really. I mean, obviously it's quite an experimental thing for it to have Android and also Windows. Oh, and the version of Windows 8 is actually a full version of Windows 8.1, in case you were wondering. But the only issue I've had, apart from obviously the storage issue which I explained earlier, which is a hardware issue, but I also found that there's an issue with the Wi-Fi. Now, it seems like that for some reason you can only set up the Wi-Fi in Windows, and then when you go into Android, the first few times the Wi-Fi wasn't working, and if you try to set it up within Android it doesn't work. But then after I'd signed it into Windows again and I actually set up the Wi-Fi in Windows, then it would start working in Android. And then occasionally in Android the Wi-Fi will go off, and if that happens I just have to boot into Windows and then into Android again, and it will work again. So that has been the only issue I've had. Other than that, the tablet works really, really well, and it's a really, really useful thing that you can add onto a sim rig or onto a flight simulator rig. So like I said, I just wanted to share that with all of you guys in case there was anyone else out there that was interested in this kind of setup. And the other thing that's a bit of a bonus, I mean obviously because it has Android and Windows, you can also use this for streaming movies or anything else that you would like to watch while you are playing a game. So it's not only for using for apps that accompany games, you can also use it like if you're playing a game which you know, is the kind of game where you'd like to watch a movie alongside, then you can actually use the tablet for that as well. Okay, so like I said, I'll put a link in the description for the tablet and for the holder, the tablet holder. And of course, if you guys have any other questions, then please don't hesitate to leave a comment and I will try to get back to you. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.